Let's talk about the realness in the portal. Now, a lot of players leave and they go to other greener pastures or they try to go to find somewhere where they can chase the bag. And look, y'all, I'm all for it. I understand the players. You got to do what you got to do. You don't know how long you're going to be able to play this game. I get it. But the crazy part is in this post, you see portal players actually return to old team. Now, from what Josh Pay had to say, he says these are mostly not players who were forced into the portal, but rather players who listened to terrible advice from jackals posing as agents. And again, like I said, a lot of these players, they have to take advice from different people. And they have a lot of people in their ear that tells them, okay, hey, you can, instead of earning 300,000, you can earn 600,000, 700,000 at this stop, but it just shows you kind of that risk that they're taking when they decide to hit the portal and thinking that something else is out there for them. Like, remember, y'all, there's only a certain amount of spots available, right? There's only 105, I think, scholarship players for each team. That's went down from compared to, I think it was like 120 in the years past. So that has went way down, and the walk-ins are less as well, or the walk-ons are less as well. So there's not a whole bunch of spots available for these players and for them, obviously, to go to team. So I would say, man, unless you got a good relationship with somebody, or unless, like, that coach is being legit with you, you come out better staying. Now, some of this, like I said, is not in their control. Some of it is the teams or the coaching staff, like, hey, we're going to move in a different direction. Because, like I said, everything now is predicated to win now, right? Make a college football playoff, right? The bowl season used to be the biggest thing in college football, right? It used to be, win 6 games, but eligible used to mean a lot. But a lot of people are now gunning for that national championship. A lot of people are gunning for that playoff spot, right? To be on the big stage and earn revenue for their program in their university. So that means players have to perform at a high level consistently. So I understand why players want to do that, right? I understand why dozens of players are entering the portal and trying to return to the same team. I get it because, like, okay, it was cool here, but this is not what they're saying or they're telling me. So I would say with any player, any advice, I say just vet your sources. Make sure it makes sense. Make sure you have a legit agent that's going to get you to the place you need to go to. And remember, money is important, but also your development is important as well. Also, having a coach that buys in and believes in you is also very important. It's not always greener on the other side, right? There's a lot to it. You got to think about, do you fit their scheme? Do you fit their system? Is there an actionable plan for you to play on their roster? Will you be able to see time? Will you be buried on the depth chart in spring ball, right? All that stuff are factors. And I think these kids need to start asking those kind of tough questions for these coaches. Well, hey, how many guys do you have at this position, right? If they have 8 people on the roster at defensive back, right? Where am I going to line up at that? Obviously, you're going to have to prove yourself regardless, but where do I line up? Where do I measure up? Am I one of their top guys or am I a middle pack guy for their roster and they're just looking for depth? You got to think about all that when you're a player because you're putting your livelihood on the line. You're putting your future on the line. So as some say, they feel like there's no risk. There's definitely risk because there's over, I think, 4,500 players that are still in the portal looking for homes, right? And the spots are drying up because remember, you also got to think about the new spring window. Now, I'm not talking about transfer portal. I'm talking about classes have already started for the new semester, for the spring semester. So a lot of guys are going to need waivers in order to go to the schools. And a lot of these coaches are doing workouts now, right? They're going to do workouts and they're going to be doing practices. And then spring's going to be here before you know it. Remember, that time happens at the end of March going into April. So you don't have a lot of time to waste with you players. So you got to have it make sense. And you got to go to a place that has an actionable plan for you. And at least they've shown, okay, hey, if I go to this school, at least if I don't play this year, at least I got a chance to play next year. Or at least I can get on the field somehow, some way, right? At least the coaching staff trusts me. Go to programs that have shown the ability where they've hit on transfer portal guys and guys have gone over there and had some success. Some of those teams include the Texas Techs, the Texases, the Alabamas. And I'm not saying every player is going to be able to get into these programs, but that also is a solution for you too. And for some players, the sad reality is you might even have to go group of 5. But there's a lot of top teams, the Tulanes, the Memphis, the JMUs, right? All of these teams have shown like you can be able to be on the big stage and potentially get into a CFP playoff. So it's a tough spot right now for the sport. It's tough for the players, but I would say any player that's watching or, is thinking about hitting the portal, just make sure, man, you have a backup plan if it doesn't work out and make sure that whatever, you're going to hit the portal and go to the team, make sure that they got a plan for you. Make sure that they're going to make you a better, not only player, but a person off the field and where they can put something in place for you, just to be successful because it's not easy out here and you don't want to jeopardize your future trying to go somewhere where you think the grass is greener and it ain't.